This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Happy birthday! What is going on, guys? Jay Shy here with another video, and today is the Dreamcast's birthday, and I figure I'd do a video about my second favorite system in the world. I love the Dreamcast. I have a lot of fond memories on the Dreamcast. I remember there was a time when I sold a lot of my PlayStation stuff, I think pretty much all of it, just to get a Dreamcast. It was a tough time, man. It was a real tough time, because that was the days when we were young and, you know, we all did it, and we didn't have jobs to pay for the game, so we had to do it somehow, and our parents wasn't having that, you know, because we wanted them all. So I figure I will, since today is the day of the Dreamcast's birthday, everybody always goes off, you know, well, the Dreamcast didn't come out in the United States until September of the following year, of, I think it was 2008. It came out in Japan. I'm going by the Japan release date because that was the first time it got to a customer's hands. I mean, that's the date I'm going off of. I'm not going off of the US release date. I'm going off the initial release date that it just touched someone else's hands and it wasn't still in the manufacturer. So today is the day of Dreamcast, like it touching someone else's hands. So that's what I'm going off of. And I figure I'll do a, you know, I got a stack of games here, the games that I remember playing when I first got the Dreamcast. And I'm going to start it off with a banger, and it is Cannon Spike on the Dreamcast. I remember playing this game, and I thought, when I first got it, I thought it was a lot of, I thought it was a fighter, because Cammy and Charlie are in this game, but it wasn't. It was a shooter, which I was very surprised about, and I was super excited because I love shmups. It was kind of like an action shooter, though. You go around on rollerblades for some reason, and you shoot stuff. It was just a really cool game. A lot of these games I don't have the original cases and manuals for, so I've made my own cases. So this is the cases that they're in. First one is Cannon Spike. I remember playing this game very fondly. The next game I remember having on the Dreamcast that I was playing a lot was Project Justice. Project Justice is a high school fighter, and it was in 3D. Sort of, but yeah, no, it was in 3D. It's really cool. The fact that teachers and students are all fighting, you know, for some apparent reason. I never knew the story because I never really paid attention, but I knew I loved this game, man. I loved it. Another game that I put a lot of hours into, especially when I was on the Dreamcast. I mean, I'm talking about a lot. It was Phantasy Star Online. I put a lot of hours into this game. A lot of hours, and I remember when it first got released on the GameCube, they added split screen co-op. When they added the co-op, that changed the game, man. I would invite all my friends over, we would all just spend hours playing Phantasy Star Online. But I remember spending my hours on the first one, on this one, the Dreamcast one first. I didn't have the modem to play online, so I would just, you know, just kind of play by myself. And until I got the GameCube version, I was like, yes. Next game is a game that everybody is very fond of, and it is Sword of the Berserk. This is a Berserk game based off the manga. I never knew it was a manga when I played it at the time, but I remember playing this game, and I remember loving this game, and I was like, whoa, this game is like super violent. I love it. I love it. This game is really difficult. You really, I tried to play it again recently, and I was like, wow, this game is kind of annoying. And I remember just playing it back then, and I was like, wow, this game is amazing. And I love this game, but the game, which makes sense, gives you a little restrictions that I love. Like, you can't use your giant sword in a confined area because you can't swing it around. So it left a cool mechanic to the game, which I really love, and I appreciate nowadays. Next game that I'm talking about all Dreamcast players must have in their collections, and they love to death, at least you better. It's Power Stone 2. Power Stone 2 is a very cool Smash-like game. I would say it's kind of like Smash Brothers, but with a different view, different arenas. It's a really cool game, man. Everybody should try this game out. If you've never played a Dreamcast, try that game out. Next was Outrigger. Outrigger is an arcade shooter. I remember playing this game when I was a kid, running around in the same areas over and over and over, just getting wrecked. I would die a lot in this game, but for some reason I just love to play it. I mean, it's an arcade shooter where you just run around in an arena and shoot guys. Next, I'm pretty sure everybody has this one, and it is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Self-explanatory. I don't need to explain anything about this. This game alone was the cause of a lot of kids not seeing sunlight. And it was this. It was Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then Halo happened. And everybody kind of forgot about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Next one is one of my personal favorites, and it's Ikaruga on the Dreamcast. I love this game. Ikaruga is very difficult, very good, and very beautiful. Like, the graphics in this game are hands down amazing. If I had more thumbs, they would go straight. This game is really good. I cannot stress it enough. I love my shmups, and I love that one. And we got another shmup, and it is Gunbird 2. When I was a kid, I would play this game so much. Capcom made so many shmups on the Dreamcast. I wish I had them all, but nowadays to collect Dreamcast games, it's really expensive to have a complete set of all the good stuff, because I think the Dreamcast had a small print run. They never made a lot of them, so it's really hard to get them, and it's hard now, and it's ridiculous. Like, the prices just keep going up. Next is Gigawing 2. I have to have Gigawing 1 and Gigawing 2, so I have them both. This is both Gigawing 1 and 2, and I love these games to death because it's a shmup. I love shmups. Next was the first time I played a Guilty Gear game. It was on the Dreamcast. The first time I ever played a Guilty Gear game was on the Dreamcast, and it was this one. Guilty Gear X it's good, but it's really slow. Once you go to Accent Core or Guilty Gear XX, this game runs really slow. It's hard to play, but I love Guilty Gear, so this one, not bad. Next one, which I spent a lot of hours on as a kid, was Street Fighter 3rd Strike. Street Fighter 3rd Strike is one of my favorites. I have this one complete. Happy about that. Next is a game that I love to death because I love beat 'em ups as well as I love shmups, and it is Zombie Revenge. I love Zombie Revenge, and it's not because I love the gameplay. Yes, I love the gameplay, but it's mostly because I love the voice acting. It's so bad. It's so bad that you just got to love it. I mean, it is Sega. I mean, most Sega games, I'm talking about post or pre Time Crisis, all their voice acting was bad. This was kind of like a game based on the House of the Dead series, so you know to expect bad voice acting. This game is so good though, you gotta love it. And last but not least, the game that even was the reason why I got a Dreamcast in the first place, and it is for Jet Grind Radio. The reason why I even got the Dreamcast is because this was the first game I ever played. It was Jet Grind Radio, and I remember a friend of mine brought Jet Grind Radio over to my house, and he was like, "Dude, you gotta try this game out." Played it for like 20 minutes, and I was in love. I was like, "Dude, I'm selling all my PS1 games to get a Dreamcast now just to buy this." And I put a lot of hours into this game, mostly because I just love it. It has two of my loves all in one. When I was a kid, I used to do graffiti. I used to do a lot of graffiti in my city, so tack that on with a lot of rollerblading, because back like when I was younger, I used to do a lot of like inline skating. It had both my loves into one, so that was just a double thumbs up for Jet Grind Radio. So that is the Dreamcast games that I remember from my childhood. These games. I have more Dreamcast games, but I picked the ones that I really have fond memories of as a child. So I hope you guys, enjoyed this video. I hope you guys turned on your Dreamcast today if you have it plugged in, or at least press the power button just, to commemorate that, today is the Dreamcast's birthday, the first time it was released in Japan. You know, not the United States, but, you know, push that power button, even if you don't have it plugged in. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.